Any questions while we're waiting about like any of those games or just anything in general?
So we start the.
Are we ready?
I think is Shinobu back? Sugar's Okay, so I have two questions, Ultras or Broodlords in ZVT. First off, most of the time against Bio, I will for sure go Ultras first, because it's nice to have them to stop their rally pushes, and they have to completely change how they engage once you have Ultras, and they're also a lot quicker to get to. So most of the time I would go Ultras for sure. Broodlords, if you're feeling like you're not at any risk to die, then you can go into Broodlords. Or once you get Ultras out and you're comfortable, then you can go into Broodlords also. But yeah, most of the time I do like going Ultras first. In terms of, okay, control group 6 to 0. If you can't reach for other control groups, and most of the time you would have to move your hand for them, you could just, you can change them to a key, like on the left side of your keyboard, closer to your other keys. Like I moved 0 to Q, for example. You could move something to the tilde key, or how do you say that? That key, or like caps lock key, whatever you want. Oh, well, you can reach like further hotkeys with practice. My hands are not the biggest, but I use up to 7 now. I think maybe 6, but I can use up to 7 comfortably.
So are you ready?
I'm ready. So is Shinobu in the channel right now?
Should be. I don't know if he is.
JC, did you move him?
No, he needs to be moved.
Yeah. Is he still in the channel? Let me check.
Yeah, just put him in the room above.
You were moved.
광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 대군주를 더 생성하십시오. 광물이 모자랍니다. 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 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 에너지가 부족. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 에너지가 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 에너지가 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 모자랍니다. 베스핀 가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀 가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀 가스가 모자랍니다. 대군주를 더 광물하지 못합니다. 광물이 없습니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 변형. 공격받고 있습니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 광물이 모자랍니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 점막 위에 지어야 합니다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다. 변형 완료. 베스핀가스 모자랍니다. 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 현여 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 베스핀가스가 모자랍니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 완료. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 광맥이 고갈되었습니다. 일벌레가 공격받고 있습니다. 공격받고 있습니다.
You were moved.
I played in a way that I didn't have to attack, and I would eventually win if I just sat back. Because once I get broodlords like that, I'm so far ahead. Unless he does like a perfect timing with corruptors and that sort of thing, it's really hard to lose at that point. So I like going into that sort of game, just because you don't have to do a risky attack to win. You can just sit back and play safe.
Well, I've seen the style be countered by Cyril, the Sapi vs. Cyril in Season 1.
What did he do against it?
I think he did lots of roach run-bys, and then eventually just got more economy, did more run-bys, destroyed his economy, and when he had a bank, he just switched to a bunch of mutants and killed them.
Well, yeah. Well, that just depends on how you deal with the roach run-bys. Like, as long as you split up your mutas and your zerglings and you make spines if you feel like they're doing that sort of thing, you also need to have overseers if they're going into roach burrow. But like, as long as you deal with the roach run-bys properly, you can be fine. It's the same sort of thing as like if you're playing against Terran and they don't know what to drops. Like, if you react against it really well, you'll end up ahead. If you react against it poorly, you'll end up behind if you lose a lot of economy. So it's a similar scenario. You just need to make sure that you don't get caught off guard by burrow mode roaches or something. So just as soon as, like, if you ever see, like, you should be paying attention to your mutas somewhat. If you ever see a roach with burrow mode upgrade, then you immediately just start overseers and spines at your bases, because that probably means they're going to be doing that sort of thing. Anything else about that game? Yeah, Shinobu. I've used that style a lot, and I've won most of my tournament matches with it. I've only lost in a few cases and that's because I screwed it up majorly, not because the style has real flaws. But at the same time, you can lose if someone blank enters you. Like, if I'm playing against TLO or someone, I'm just expecting them to make spores on my creep and a weird roach push just because that's what TLO does. But against most players, you're fine. Like, you can just go mutas and
TLO
you're
actually
fine.
does roach spore pushes.
Yeah, I'm known, especially like before, I would always go mutas every game, and I was just really good with them, even when most people didn't go mutas in ZVZ. So when I'm playing TLO in like a team clan war or whatever, he would just like make spores on my creep and do an early roach push on like hatch tech, and blind carry mutas without scanning anything.
Hashtag creativity.
Yeah, creativity. I think Snoot started doing that to me on ladder too, just because I'd usually beat him with like this sort of build. So he starts doing TLO style stuff against me, because I'm stubborn and I never got roaches really. So.
What if it's muta versus muta?
Muta versus muta? You just stay on mutas, really. I could play a muta versus muta game. It's a very different scenario, and I'd have to show you a replay or something to show you what I mean. Notable gas timings? Oh, we can do one more game since we started late. We can like go over a replay or something, because we started at like 9:30 instead of 9. Notable gas timings off gate expand. It's really
Shinobu, do you want to play or watch replay?
yeah. Notable gas timings. It's a lot harder nowadays. Like back in Wings of Liberty, it was really easy to tell because everyone went forward fast expand, and the timings were so figured out, and there's less options, so you could look at the gas and you could just know what was happening. Nowadays, it's more of like, I don't know. There's no real specific timings. You just have to see like if they took 2 gas at once, you have no idea what they're doing, other than it's probably not a 4-gate zealot. If they stay on 1 gas a long time, it's probably a 4-gate zealot, 4-gate stalker zealot, or like a 2 immortal zealot push, some silly thing like that. Or they could be taking a quick third. So it's more of like, I don't think there's any real specific timings in terms of CVP off-gate openings. It's just general concepts. Like, if you see 2 quick gas, it's more likely to be like a Stargate than if you see no second gas for a while, which is more likely to be a gate push. Like, I can't really say a specific timing. Even ZVT is a lot, it's a lot more figured out than ZVP right now. Especially since ZVP, a lot of protos started going into gate, nexus, and then core, and that changes up the timings even more. So I can't say I know specific timings for anything.
So can you show ZVZ replay? You're the party leader.
Meta versus meta? I can
Yes.
look. I can look for one. Okay, as pro player, I know how to play Protoss well, and I know how to play Stark well. I don't know how to play Terran at all. I'm like a lot worse with Terran than anything else.
I was curious about that. I was gonna ask you if you played Terran at all,
I've played it a bit
or
on
if you played
ladder.
Protoss better.
I played Terran a bit on ladder, just to like Master League, but I never was like really good at it.
Gotcha.
Protoss, I got like high Korean GM, so I got pretty good at Protoss.
Protoss is easy, right?
Exactly.
When you were in the team house, did you play off race with your teammates and stuff? Is that how you got half decent at it or whatever?
No. Actually, when I played Protoss at MLG, that was my first. I had never really played Protoss before, so I was like a Diamond League Protoss when I beat Tonregu. But I practiced some Protoss on Korean ladder after that, and I got high GM. But that was just I played like a lot of Protoss for a week. Played like 200 something games, which is a lot of games for me.
Scarlett, can you add?
Yeah. I just added them. So.
Thanks so much.
I don't have. I'm gonna leave the party for a minute. We can talk. Like, just ask me questions over Skype. But I'm gonna open up a few replays just to check if they're muta versus muta. So just re-add me to the party in a minute. Okay.
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 So anyone have any questions while I'm looking?
I was gonna ask you, do you think that game 3 against Bomber was the most exciting game you've ever played? Where you jumped out of the booth afterwards and like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Usually I'm not very emotional when I play. Like whether I win or lose, I'm just like, I don't get that emotional. But that entire game, like I thought I had lost that game for like 10 minutes before it ended. Like that entire time, I thought I was just about to lose the entire time. And so I was really excited after I won it. It was like the first time I ever like jumped out of my seat after a game. I think that's the only time ever actually I have done that.
I mean, that's arguably the best TVZ to watch ever right now.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't. A lot of the games, like a lot of it was we were making really bad mistakes, both of us, like back and forth, a lot of mistakes. But that does make the game more exciting to watch. Like if both people play perfect, sure, it's nice in a way, but at the same time, it can be too standard and it can get a little repetitive. So it's fun when you get weird games like that every once in a while, for sure. I found a replay. I just want to make sure this is a decent Metaverse media game.
User was moved to your channel.
Would you consider yourself like full-time back StarCraft like you were before?
Full-time playing? No, not exactly. I've been coaching more. I've done a little bit. I'm going to be doing more like casting and analysis, but I've been playing less nowadays. So this game is not a good game because I went into investors.
What's your favorite race to play against right now?
Maybe Protoss. As weird as that is.
Because of that infestor build?
Well, the matchup is so different right now, so you can just do strange things, and I like that.
But isn't it just mostly players massing stoppers and sentries?
Yes, but now the Zerg doesn't.
It's still fun.
There's no clear way to beat that anymore. Unlike you could just go Stormhouse and win every game if you play properly, which I like to do. But, so you have to like try weird stuff now. Like, you can't only do.
Do you
Well,
like
it's
the
not
new
like-
Stormhouse?
I think they're terrible. They're absolutely horrible. I've made them actually beat MMA with them at DreamHack, but that was
User was moved to your
that was
channel.
on Vonnie Research Station, and I think that's the only game they would ever work on, the only map they would ever work on against mech, just because it's so long that it's like the perfect map for Stormhouse. But what I did that game is, I can. Oh, do you actually want to go over that replay instead? It's like a long game against mech, against MMA.
Yeah, that's alright. That's alright.
Okay.
I'm kind of hearing an echo from somebody.
It's
Actually,
not
this
me.
is
I got my mic
It's
muted.
from
I'm
Panics.
not talking. No, my mic's muted, man. I'm not talking.
actually this
No,
is
we
a
can see
Metaverse
that
media game.
your thing is flashing.
I promise.